Guys, good evening. How you doing? Welcome to tonight's class. Yeah, you guys are welcomed. You're welcomed. You're welcomed. I think we can do better with the camera posture, can't we? So today we're going to be doing something very amazing. Uh, we're going to be moving into combination, all right? How are you guys doing? How was your day? Hope you enjoyed yourself. How was your test, by the way? So the result for the test will be released very soon. I checked it this afternoon. Hmm. Fingers crossed. So, but we'll be having I'll be sending you the record on that possibly tomorrow because there are some questions that some of you did not do very well in. So I'm hopeful that with all of this tutorial, you'll get better at it. So you guys, you're welcomed, powerfully welcome to tonight's class. Uh, I can see some of you right there. Okay, somebody said he was busy during the day. That's nice. It's good to be busy, right? I can see you guys. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, so it's really great we have great progress with this topic, and I love the fact that you guys are participating so much. There's no better way to learn mathematics than a very interactive class. That's what we hope to do in all of these our classes so that we can get very great at this. So that when your exam comes, you're going to smash it. All right. Feromi, good evening. You're welcome. Omojola, good evening. Atom, good evening. Good evening. Hope you guys are enjoying yourself. Akonde Praise, good evening. We can see you, don't worry, we can see you. You are sighted. Anime Vibe, good evening. Even though we don't know your name, good evening. So we want to walk into combination in a moment. You guys did awesomely on that permutation, and I really love that. At least we have a good percentage. I would send you the results of your test, the quiz test. I'll be sending that to your leaders, your group leaders, very soon. Precious, good evening. You're welcome. Foxy, good evening. So we'll be having the result out. Oduayo, good evening. You're welcome. So today we want to get into combination. I'm sure you're excited about it. This is the last aspect under permutation and combination. And again, I want to warn you guys, there are lots of technical questions on permutation and combination, lots and lots of them. It's one of the aspects of mathematics where when you're done learning it, you could actually see a question that you would not know it's actually permutation and combination. That's the way. But if you really understand the basics, you cannot miss it out. All right. So that's the reason why I'll be exposing you to lots and loads of questions. So all you need to do is just stay tight. So let me establish the basis of combination for you guys this probably in the next probably 30 minutes, 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes. Let's see what we can do quickly. Establishing the basics, that's the first important thing. All right. And then after we would try and solve and crack some questions. Now I need to tell you, we're going to be solving a questions this night. One particular question on equation involving combination. Guys, that question is quite, when we start solving, you understand what I'm saying. We'll solve one, well, of course we'll probably solve some other questions on equations surrounding combination. If not today, probably tomorrow. But just stay tight. There are lots of things we have to do. So guys, welcome to this class. We are kicking off immediately. All right. Thank you for joining once again, and I wish you all the best as you prepare for your coming exam. All right, let's talk about combination. Let's talk about combination. So we have established our understanding on permutation, and I'm sure you guys, it's quite funny. The question I asked you in one of the tests you did virtually, not I was expecting I was going to get 100% in question number one. That was 2 days ago question. When I asked you, permutation was about, and then you had some options. But again, I did not have everyone get the answer to that. Although it was quite, lots of people got the answer, but not everyone. So just to reestablish that, permutation has to do with arrangement. It has to do with arranging things in different orders. So AB is an order under permutation. BA is another order under permutation. So if you write AB, it's different from BA when dealing with permutation. All right. Now, but when you're dealing with combination, all these things are still one and the same thing. Is still classified as the AB team. All right. That's the way you should understand this thing. So under combination has to do with you selecting like something. All right. I think I gave you the definition for combination. It has to do with you selecting. Right. Now, combination is concerned about combining things. So if I already combined A and B in one selection, you cannot come back and say, I'm bringing another selection and you are saying B and A. B and A will not be another selection. It's still the same selection. Just imagine, let's use, how many of you are football fans right here? What's your team? I think, let me use, which team could I even use right now? It's very quite long. I checked into football. Okay, which team is okay, let's say Arsenal. Can you mention like 5 players in Arsenal quickly? Anybody? Give me 5 players in Arsenal. 5 players. Okay, okay. Which one? Okay, you know what? Whoever drops first, any team you are dropping, drop 5 players for me. Let me use that. All right. Just use give me 5 players quickly. Quickly, just write it as one thread and let me get it quickly. Not one player, just 5 of them. Write everything. I want to use that to explain combination. Is Gabriel is in Arsenal, I guess. Sakai is in Arsenal, I guess. So do we have 3 more? Okay, Shaka, Gabriel, okay, Maduike, okay, can you be okay. All right. Now look at this. Okay, Victor, Taiwo, thank you for that. Eze, Rice, is it Rice or Rice? I don't know whichever one. Gabriel, Mati, Nelly, Salad. Are you sure this is a team? This looks like a recipe or something. Okay, so now somebody's talking about stone. Okay. Now, okay, I think I prefer the Man City team because I think I know a little bit of those ones. Haaland, Foden, Doku. Okay. Now, imagine you have Haaland, Foden, and is it Doku he wrote? Now, look at those three guys now. Imagine you tell Pep Guardiola now to pick the team for a match. And Pep Guardiola brings Haaland, Foden, Doku as the three guys that would strike or something. Let's assume they are all strikers. Now, the owner of the club says, okay, thank you, Pep, but can you give us another team that could actually make the striking force? Now, if Pep Guardiola decides to bring, don't forget we say he brought Foden, he brought Haaland, he brought Doku. Now, if you tell Pep to bring another different, a different team, if Pep says, okay, I'm bringing Haaland, I'm bringing Doku, I'm bringing Foden again, what are you guys going to say? You're going to say, Pep, this is the same team you just brought. What's going on? You just brought the same team. Even though you are positioning Haaland as a first, Doku as a second, Foden as a third, it's not going to be a different team. That's the same thing. It works for combination. This is a combination. This is the same combination. Now, what can make these two different is if, for instance, let's say this guy doesn't add Foden here. Let's say he had, I don't know. I don't know which other team did. Let's just say, I know Gabriel is not there, but let's just assume he added Gabriel. Now, this is a different selection now than this one. That's how it works on that combination. If the arrangements don't do anything, if you reposition them, it doesn't do anything on that combination. What matters is that the team, something is different, then you can call that a different team. Now, with that understanding, let's delve into the concept of combination. Look at something. When we say combination, there are many ways. You need to understand the way they could write these things. It's possible for you to see it as N combination R. And it's also possible for you to see it as just seeing something like this. Guys, pay attention. N R. If you see any of these two things being written, guys, they are the same thing. This is a way of writing this. So don't ever get confused. Please, I'm repeating this now. So that when you see something like this, this is combination. This is N combination R. All right. And what is the, how do you write this combination? It is, I gave you in the first class. This is it. All right. This is how you define combination. All right. Now, let's solve questions quickly. Let's solve questions. I'm sure you guys are ready. The first question we're going to be solving here is probably the simplest. Find the number of ways two prefects can be selected from a class of 15. Please pay attention as we solve this question together. The question said, find the number of ways. Find the number of ways two prefects can be selected from a class of 15 students. Look at this. A class has 15 students. This is the total number of people in the class, the total number of people in that class. You then are interested in bringing two prefects from these 15 students. Just to give you a little bit of understanding around this. It's like saying you had, permit me to just do something, A, B, C, D, E, F. If I wanted to select two people from this F, I could write A, B, I could write A, C, I could write A, D, I could write A, E, I could write A, F. These are all selections that can be made. I could also have B, C, B, D, and so on. Now, this is exactly what they are talking about here. You have 15 students. You want to pick just two out of that. So this is how you write it mathematically. 15 selecting combining, picking, anyhow you want to say it, 15 students, but I'm choosing, I'm selecting, I'm combining two, just two of them. That's it. That's the way you say it. And this will be equals to, obviously, looking at the formula we have right here. You have 15 factorial over 15 minus 2 factorial, 2 factorial. Are you seeing that? Now, what you have to do now is to go on and remember what I taught you. This is going to give me 13. So I'm having over 13 factorial, 2 factorial. So I don't want to put this all down. I just stop at 13 factorial. This way, I can easily cancel out 13 factorial here. So I'm left with 15 times 14 over 2 factorial. Does that make sense? So 2 factorial is obviously 2 times 1. So it's the same thing as 2. 2 goes here, 1, 2 goes here, 7. The answer will be 15 times 7, which will give me 105. So that means there are 105 ways, all right, that I can pick 2 students from a possible 15 students. Do you get that? That's the concept of combination. Under combination, you are selecting, you are combining, like more like forming a team or something of that sort. Good. Now that you have understood that concept, there are other operations around combination I would like you to be exposed to. So look at this question quickly. When you're dealing with combination, one of the kind of questions you will always be seeing is, how could you form a team? How could you form a committee? And something of that sort. How could you combine several things together? So let's see this question and let me see how you fare with it. You will see some kind of questions that you would really enjoy, of course. Look at this question. I'll find a number of ways a committee, you see this one, a committee of 5 now look at, by the way, sorry, we will not be doing so much of, we are going, this question now is already under combination with condition. Combination with condition is something we're going to be dealing with in different scenario. So out of this 5 committee, we said the committee, these people should consist of 3 males and 2 females. You can see the condition there. You say find the number of ways a committee of 5 consisting of 3 males and 2 females can be formed. From a club consisting of 8 males and 7 female. Please pay real attention to this question. Now look at the question. Very simple, but it has a condition. You are not just permitted to just select a committee of 5 and just pick. The last question we just solved, we were not concerned about the gender of the prefect. We just went on to pick. All right? We just went on to pick. We just picked 2 out of the 15. But in this case, we are very concerned about some features. For instance, we are told that the number of ways you are going to pick this must pay attention to the fact that this committee of 5 must have 3 males on them in it, and 2 females in it. So you cannot pick 4 males now and 1 female. You cannot pick all male. You cannot pick all female. You must ensure that 3 of them are male, are of the male gender, and 2 are female. 2 are females. Now, look at another thing that is going on right here. We are picking from a club, and that club, the total number of males we have is actually 8, and the total number of females is 7. So you have to factor in this. Look at what you're going to do now. Of course, I want to pick that committee of five. That means I have how many females? Seven females. I have how many males? Eight males. So it's out of these eight males, I'm going to be look at selecting, combining, choosing three males. From these eight males, because you cannot choose from females, obviously, you have to choose from the male gender to get your male. So out of this committee, to form my three males, I have to choose three out of eight. And you can see that out of the total of seven females, I want to choose two out of them. Does it make sense? So this is the expression you are going to solve that is going to give you your answer. All right? Now, if you decide to solve this, one thing you're going to get is obviously you have to solve this as 8 factorial over 8 minus 3 factorial, multiplied by 7 factorial over 7 minus 2 factorial, 2 factorial. I'm trying to break this down for all and sundry. Nobody should feel confused about, because I know some people they probably have some basic knowledge on this before. So I'm trying to ensure this class benefits everyone. So again, you can use your calculator to just punch this. You get it very quickly. But in the case where you probably need to solve, this is how you solve it. So this obviously will be 8 factorial over 5 factorial, 3 factorial times 7 factorial over 5 factorial, 2 factorial. This will obviously be 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 factorial over 5 factorial, 3 factorial. The 5 factorial cancels this. I'm left with 7. 7 times 6. 7 times 6 times 5 factorial over 5 factorial, 2 factorial. This cancels this. So now I'm left with what? Let me use this place right here. 3 factorial will be 3 times 2. 2 factorial will be 2 times 1. So 2 will go here 1, 2 will go here 3. 3 will go here 1, 3 will go here 2. 2 will go here 1, 2 will go here 1. So I'm left with 8 times 7. 8 times 7, that's 56. Multiplied by 7 times 3, that's 21. That will give me a total of what? 1176 ways. All right? That's the way you solve questions like this. Simple and straightforward. So let's go to the next question without wasting time. How many of you are really understanding this? There is no confusion. Is anybody having a hard time understanding what we're doing? Can you please indicate quickly before we move to the next question? If you know you are a bit confused, can you please quickly talk now so that we don't, because we'll be obviously upgrading the questions as we keep on moving on. Anybody? Okay, if you know you clearly understand this, can you indicate then? Okay. It looks like, okay, for that person that has some issues, you will understand it as we move forward. Don't worry, I will consider you while explaining the next question. Okay, look at this question now. It's also having a condition attached to it, and these are the conditions attached to it. Now, the question read thus: we have out of 7 women and 9 men. What's going on here? I have not written the question. What am I seeing answers? You guys are. It looks like. Okay, I understand what's going on. You're okay. Where is priest? Looks like people are not going to allow anybody to get away with any prize tonight. I've not written the question. I'm seeing answers already. What if that was not the question? Anyway, you're lucky that the question was. Where is priest, by the way? Is priest in this class? Okay, priest is here. Now imagine it was question number B I wrote. I hope you guys know you will be wrong without your answer. So again, uh now look at the question now. Out of 7 women and 9 men, a committee consisting of 3 women and 4 men is to be formed. Why have you guys not given a thumbs up to this video? You guys got carried away. Now, out of 7 women and 9 men, a committee consisting of 3 women and 4 men is to be formed. In how many ways can this be done if look at the condition attached to it now. Now we have 7 women, we have 9 men. We want to form a committee now. Now look at the last question we solved now. We just wanted to form a committee and we said there was supposed to be a number of women, a number of men on it. Now, in this particular committee, we have 3 women, we have 4 men that must be formed. In how many ways can this be done if any woman and any man can be included? That means in this case, we don't want to be biased with anyone. We can pick any of the women. Of course, we have 7 women we can pick from. So we can pick any of the 7. So of course, we want to form a committee of 3 women and 4 men. That means the committee will have a total of 7 people. 3 must be women, 4 must be men. So we'll be picking our 3 women from our 7 choosing 3 out. We'll be choosing 3 out of them, and out of the 9 men we'll be choosing 4. All right, so you can see now we're choosing 3 out of 7 and 4 out of 9. So this is the A version, the question number A, because we don't have any restriction. We can pick any of the women. So if you bring this into a calculator, of course, what will you get? What is 7 combination 3? That's 7 factorial over 4 factorial. That's 7 minus 3 I did right there. Times 9 factorial over 5 factorial, 4 factorial. So this will obviously give me 7 times 6 times 5 over 3 times 2. So I'll be having 35 there, and this is 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 over 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So 4 will cancel this, 2 will cancel this one, 3 will go here 1, 3 will go here 2. So I'm having 35 times 9 times, what is 9 times 14? That'll be 9 times 14. So if you do all this, you should get a total of, this 9 times 14 should give you 126. So that will be 35 times 126. That will be 4,410 ways. So this is the result when we do not have any when we do not have any condition. All right, now look at this next question number, the question number B. One particular man must be on the committee. Now that is quite tricky a bit, because in this case now you cannot just pick any of the men. You have to include one particular man. Now, if one particular man already, for instance, let's say that man is probably connected to the governor, so of course he must be there. So that means, and don't forget, pay attention to the number of people you have on the committee. You have 7 people in all that must be on the committee. Among these 7 people, we want 3 women, we want 4 men. Now, 3 women, 4 men. This is men. This is women. Now, you then are told that out of these 4 men now, because don't forget, this is the default. It must be 3 and 4 men. That's default. But it now said one particular man must be on the committee. One particular man must be. So in that case now, you cannot go on now and pick your whole 4 men again, because they've already, permit me to say this just so that you can understand better. It's like they've already rigged it already, that or one person is already favored, anyhow you want to see it, that one man is already on the committee. So one out of the 7 people now, one man is already, so we are only looking for 6 people now. One man is already stable there. So let's say this was the seat for women. We needed 3 women. 1, 2, 3. We need 1, 2, 3, 4. We already sat one person down already here. So we are left with just 6 people we are looking for. That means among those 6 people, of course, it still has to be 3 women, and then we are looking for just 3 men now, no longer 4 men, because one person is already by default uh held into the group. So now we have 7 women. So we are, out of 7 we are choosing 3, and out of 9 now we are not choosing 4 anymore, we are choosing just 3. So this is the way we are going to solve this. So if you go on and solve this, obviously, sorry for putting 9 there. It cannot be 9 men again, because out of these 9 men also, you have already taken one man out. So the number of men, total men, which was 9 before, will change to 8. So it's now, because one of them has already been seated. So it's 8 men that is left, and out of that 8, you are choosing only 3 of them. So this is the expression you'll be working with for you to get your final answer. So if you solve this, of course, we already did this before. This should give you 35. If you press this on a calculator, this should give you 56. So 35 times 56 to give you 1960 ways. It looks like we are out of camera right there. Let me adjust the camera. Okay. So this is how you solve questions without making any mistake. All right. Now, a committee of 9. Okay, you know what? I'm going to ask this question. I expect the answer to be dropped in. Okay, let me first write this one. It looks like you guys are busy doing something right there. But after I'm done solving this question, the next question, I want the answer to be dropped in 5 seconds. Just 5 seconds. So you see the question we have in front of us. We have a committee of 9 people right here. And Okay, now look at the question we have right here. A committee of 9 people is to be formed from 4 teachers, 5 doctors, and 6 lawyers. If 3 members of each profession are to serve in a committee, how many ways can it be done? 10 seconds. Can I have an answer in 10 seconds? 5 seconds left. Okay, so it looks like let's solve the question together, guys. Those of you that are okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be calling out names since you guys are writing your name. I'll be calling out names. So if you're writing your name, I want to be sure you are paying attention. So I'll call out names and then I will expect you to drop your answer so we can have a much more interactive class. All right. Good. Now look at what we have here. We have a committee of 9 people. We want to form this committee, right? And among this committee, 4 teachers, 5 doctors, and 6 lawyers exist. We're then told that 3 members of each profession are to serve in a committee. How many ways can this be done? How many ways can this be done? So 3 members of each profession, of course, I'm sure you guys know these are all profession, teachers, doctors, and lawyers. And we want to, of course, 3 members from each profession will make the committee complete. That means 3 lawyers, 3 doctors, 3 teachers. That's 9 in all. All right. Okay, Folashade, we can see you right there and we can see your comment. Okay. When I actually said I was going to call names, that was to be sure that people are paying attention. Don't worry, your name, everybody's name could be included. We still have a lot to solve, right? Those are just the I think they used to put a lot of comment out there, so I used to visibly see them majorly. So you guys should you keep putting a lot of comment. I will see you also, don't worry. Okay, Samuel. Okay, good. Now we have a committee of 9 and we have 3 profession each. 3, 3, 3. So we want to pick out these professions from all. Of course, you can't pick out anything outside what is available. So we have 4 teachers. We want to pick out 3 from the teacher's profession. That means we are selecting 3 from 4 teachers. And we'll be selecting out of the 5 doctors, we want to select 3 also. And then also out of the 6 lawyers, we want to select 3. Can you see it right there? Can you see it right there? So this is how you tackle questions on combination. All right. Good. Now look at what we're dealing with here. 4 combination 3. What is 4 combination 3? Now you can use your calculator more of here since we've been able to establish the way to solve this. That means if you don't have a calculator, you know what to do already. But at this point, it will be good. It is very good for you to use your calculator so that you can be a bit fast. So 4 combination 3 will give you 4. 5 combination 3 will give you 10. And 6 combination 3 will give you what? 20. So looking at this now, 4 times 10 times 20 should give you a total of what? 800. Are you seeing how simple and straightforward this thing can be? All right. All right, now let's look at this question is expected to Samuel. I expect you, the person that is it Samuel? I think somebody dropped his name as Samuel. I want to see the fastest finger to solve this question. Fastest finger to drop the answer. Uh, I'm not going to say it with my mouth. I want you to look through on it. In how many? Okay, let me just say a bit of it. In how many ways can I will leave? I will omit this. I will fill this in very soon. In how many ways can these students, this number of students, be selected from a group of? You are expected to drop this answer in just 5 seconds. From a group of, I'll leave that out also. So you have in a debating competition. All right, so let's go. In how many ways can 2 students be selected from a group of 5 students? 1, 2, 3, 4. Where is my answer? Nobody, can you see? We don't have an answer yet. Michael, we give it up for Michael. Michael got it first. Adebola next. Daniel next. Okay, then Ademola. Then Hatom. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm sure you guys know what really happened here. This is probably the cheapest question you can see anywhere. Because you are told that in how many ways can 2 students be selected from a group of 5? So that's 5 selecting, combining 2. 5 factorial over 3 factorial, 2 factorial. That's 5 times 4 over 2. That's 10. 10 ways. 10 ways. All right. Now, let me usher you into something, and I'm sure you should get this one because we solved something similar on it yesterday. So the question is for you to you have to find the value of n find the value of n in n combination 2 equals to 28. Can I give you like 1 minute to answer this? Find the value of n in n combination 2 equals to 28. Now, this is one of those questions you have to learn how to solve, because you would see lots of questions of this sort in your exam. Wow, it looks like you guys are very hot. Enoch has given me the answer. That's good. Enoch, that's nice. Looks like Enoch is writing more than once. Enoch, we give it up to you. Enoch, waiting happen. What's going on? Enoch is spamming this page with his answer. Okay, Atom has joined him. Oh, we have a 14. Okay. Are you sure you guys are not just copying someone else's answer? Did you really solve this? Huh? Okay, let's solve together because I want to. Marvelous. Did Marvelous? Marvelous said is here. Okay, let's try and solve this together and let's see how it goes. So you have to find the value of n in n combination 2 equals to 28. Guys, in case you did not know uh, how we did this, just try and pay attention. So obviously you have to use your normal understanding of combination. That's n factorial over n minus 2 factorial 2 factorial. I'm sure you understand this part of things. This is solving this way. That will be equals to 28. That's good. So what do you need to do next? Of course, you know this. I told you already yesterday. When you have something like n factorial, you can have it as n times n minus 1. You can keep moving it downward. If you can stop here and just put factorial if it benefits you. That means if you looked at your denominator and it reflects n minus 1 factorial, you can leave it as this. But because it doesn't, I can see n minus 2 here, so I can still go on to do my n minus 2, n minus 1, n minus 2. So I have n minus 2 factorial here. Then I have, is Adejube Femi on this platform? Adejube Femi, is he here? I thought to mention that name. Is Adejube Femi present in this chat? Is it on this? Is he on this? Is he present in this class? So we can easily cut this out. And looking at this now, you can see we have n into n minus 1, of course, over 2. That's 2 factorial, that's 2 times 1, which is still 2, equals to 28. Guys, I'm sure you can understand what's going on here. So, okay, it's all right. So we have n into n minus 1 equals to 2 times 28. That will be n into n minus 1 equals to what? 56. So that will be n squared. Look at something. I'm going to use something that you guys may probably love to see. You can go on to use your quadratic expression if you want to, by the way. That means don't you can go on to use whatever you want to use. And the two factors you'll be looking for here will be n squared. That'll be 7. That'll be minus 7n plus 8n minus 56 equals to 0. N into n minus 7. Sorry, this will be plus 7 and minus 8. N plus 7 minus 8 into n plus 7 equals to 0. So obviously you see that your n minus 8 and your n plus 7 equals to 0. So your n equals to 8 or minus 7. Now, you see why we cannot pick minus 7? Because we cannot pick minus 7 because obviously we have n. N can never be minus. So it has to be a positive value. So our n here is 8. Now that's established. But let me give you something I would have done, guys, without going through all this long process. Are you ready for that? Okay. So I see something that said n times n minus 1 equals to 56. Do I need to go through all these long processes to get my answer? Of course not. You say why? Because obviously, I know that this is a value, then it's a value less than 1 of that value. And I look at it, what's that two values that when you multiply them together gives you 56? That's obviously going to be 8 times 7. All right. So that gives me more like a very great context. But again, it's okay for you to use this obviously so that you can get a very perfect answer. So the answer is n being equals to 8 because you cannot have minus 7 as your answer. So guys, we move to another question, and I really hope you are really following. So look at this question. It's similar to this, but a different view. So let's just adjust this. It's very similar to what we just solved. So we have to find the value of n in, look at it, n plus 2 combination 6 being equals to n combination 4. So can you give like probably 1 minute to solve this? N plus 2 combination 6 equals to n combination 4. How do you solve this? What's going to be your answer for this question? N plus 2 combination 6 equals to n combination 4. Any answer yet? Where is Marvelous? I think Marvelous, it's time for you to review your strength. Yeah? What's going on here? Wait. Wait. I don't believe. Somebody is using something I don't know about. Enoch, you have to come and confess. Something is going on here. Did you really solve it? Did you really solve this with your hand? And you're done with it in like how many seconds? Oh, they're using Casio calculator. That's quite funny because I'm surprised. How do you solve this quite quickly? If you solve this with your hand, I was feeling you're supposed to. I was thinking you're supposed to uh get through the process. Okay, let's solve quickly for those of you that where is Samuel? I've not heard from. Have I heard from Samuel? Now look at the question. Okay, Ayonfe is have I heard from Ayonfe? Okay, look at this. When you want to solve this, going through the process, because this could be a theory question. Those of you, if you have an opportunity of using a calculator for objective, no big deal. But if it's a theory question, you would have to solve the hard way because that's the only way you can get your answers, your mark for your theory questions. So look at this. I have n plus 2 factorial. Of course, I'm trying to bring out this over, look at it. It's supposed to be, you know, the whole principle, the principle of combination. Now I'll be n plus 2 because that's what is here, minus 6 factorial, then 6 factorial. This is bringing this out. I'm sure nobody argues with this. This is following the process of combination. Now this will be equals to, of course, following the same process that we have n factorial over n minus 4 factorial 4 factorial. Does it make sense? Good. Now what do you do next? Of course, you want to bring things to a better perspective, and then this will be n plus 2 factorial over n minus 4 factorial 6 factorial equals to n factorial over n minus 4 factorial 4 factorial. Now looking at this, guys, it's my own duty anytime I see arithmetic, any kind of mathematics, I always love to make use of any method that makes my work easier. Look at it right here. I don't want to go on and be trying to, of course, you probably will want to start pushing this down to eat your n minus 4. Probably you want to push this down also to eat your n minus 4. But what I want to do easily is just to find a way to cut out n minus 4 because I can see it's present in both expressions. So I just have to multiply both sides with n minus 4 factorial. So if I multiply both sides with n minus 4 factorial, which, you know, in mathematics, once I do something to both sides, it's still fine because I have not done anything wrong. I've followed the mathematical law. So I did multiply this side with n minus 4 factorial and multiply this side with n minus 4 factorial. So obviously I can cancel this out and that makes my work easier. So what I'll be having now is obviously going to be n plus 2 factorial over 6 factorial equals to n factorial over 4 factorial. Okay, now what do I have to do next? There are many ways you can move through from this direction. There's something I'm just going to do just to make my work easier again. Now again, I'm trying my best to ensure that I make my work easy. So I want to multiply both sides with something. Look at what I'm going to be multiplying both sides with. I'm multiplying both sides with 6 factorial, 4 factorial. You know, I told you already, I want to, whatever you do to left hand side, you must do it to the right hand side. So if I multiply through both sides, look at what I'm going to multiply both sides by. I'm going to multiply by 4 factorial, 6 factorial. So doing that, of course, I'll be able to clear out the denominator. Look at what is going to happen. Let me try and show it in perspective here. N plus 2 factorial over 6 factorial multiplied by 4 factorial 6 factorial equals to n factorial over 4 factorial multiplied by 4 factorial 6 factorial. Now look at what's going to happen. Obviously, this will be cancelling out this. This will be cancelling out this. You see that? So I'll be left with n plus 2 factorial 4 factorial equals to n factorial 6 factorial. You can see the way. That's why I'm quite surprised you guys were able to throw the answers without blinking. So you can see what's going on there. Now, again, I told you already, you can cross multiply. You are not wrong. Again, you can cross multiply. You know, whatever you can use mathematically, always use it. Cross multiplication will also give you your answer. Now, I can see 4 factorial here. I can see 6 factorial here. Guys, if I decide to do something quite nice, I may want to re-express this. Look at, sorry. I want to re-express this as n plus 2 factorial 4 factorial equals to n factorial. Now I want to have 6 factorial as 6 times 5 times 4 factorial. You know why I'm stopping it there? I'm stopping it there because I can see 4 factorial here. Because at this point now, I can easily cancel out both of them. That's by dividing both sides by 4 factorial. So I can easily cancel these things out. You can see that. So now I'm left with n plus 2 factorial equals to n factorial 6 times 5. Alright? So now looking at what we have here, look at the next thing I'm going to do, guys. Look at the next thing I'm going to do. I want to look for a way to cancel this n factorial. Look at something I'm going to do, guys. These are some of the skills. That's why I explained this in previous class. You must have this skill so that you will be able to solve any question. So I'm going to have n plus 2, n plus 2 minus 1. Sorry, you know the theory of factorial already. So n plus 2 minus 1 is n plus 1, obviously. Then n plus 2 minus 2 factorial. I'm going to stop here. You say, why am I stopping here? I'm stopping here because I know this will give me n factorial. Look at it. Let me try and give the answer here. This will be n plus 2. This will be n. 2 minus 1 is minus 1. 2 minus 2 is 0. That will be n factorial. Now that I have stopped it right here, you see obviously that I can proceed intelligently now because I see that, don't forget, I have n factorial 6 times 5. That's 30. Probably we just write the 30 down there. Then n factorial times 30. Now I have n factorial here, I have n factorial here. I can obviously divide through by n factorial. You know, these are the kind of questions I would love to see you being examined by, because it brings out the best in any student, does it not? Don't you think this is a way of testing any student if they really understand the theory around combination and factorial? Now look at what we have here. We have n plus 2, n minus 1 equals to 30. So now, if you go on to open all this up, you obviously will have n squared minus n plus 2n plus 1 equals to 30. All right. Then we have, okay, this is, okay, n plus 1. Thank you. I was just looking. So now I was going to do something there, but okay, this will be n squared plus n plus 2n then plus 2. So this will be n squared plus 3n plus 2 minus 30, which will be n squared plus 3n minus 28. Now, this is what I wanted to tell you guys when we got here. You know, I changed this to 30, but there's something I could do easily. I could just say n plus 2, n plus 1 equals to, it was 6 times 5 that was there, don't forget, 6 times 5. I could just leave it as 6 times 5. Now, obviously, you can see the logic going on here. This is a value. This is the value plus 1. This value plus 2, you can equate that with 6 because that's the bigger one. These two values, they are one less than the other. This is bigger than this just by 1. And you can see the same thing happening here. So I can go on to say n plus 2 equals to 6 and n plus 1 equals to 5. If you do this, you will obviously get n equals to 6 minus 2 and you get n equals to 5 minus 1. In both of them, you get your n equals to 4. So that's an easy way of getting your answer without wasting time. Oh, somebody is talking about me using 10 minutes. Oh, shoot. Because I'm explaining this to you, if I have to run through this without considering you, I wouldn't. I would use 2 minutes to solve this question. There are many things I would skip very easily. But because I do not like to act for just the brilliant ones, that's why I always want to cut things down bit by bit. So there are many things I could have jumped faster, but I don't want to do that. No, it's It's quite okay. He probably was just it's okay. It's okay for him to hear his opinion, but that's just the reason, you know. So I don't want to make you guys feel left out, especially some are not talking on this chat. I hope you know. They just they are just quiet. They are watching from afar, and I want them to participate also. They may not be very exposed to this topic prior to this class, so we don't want to put them. We don't want to put them in a different position. All right. I want everyone to feel welcomed to learn. Probably I will give you a speed test very soon. Probably when you resume, so you guys can you can understand how. So you have a speed test. I think you should have that. By the way, guys, brace up. You're going to be having a CBT test personally. Like we're going to be doing it in class. I will tell you the modality very soon. Prepare for a CBT test. CBT test. Prepare for a CBT test. That will come up when resumption happens. You're going to do it in class. Don't worry. I'll tell you the modality. I may use it for the speed test also. So it's possible you have like 10 questions and you're supposed to answer it in just probably like maybe like 15 minutes, and you're going to have to answer it in you're going to have to answer like probably 30 questions in 15 minutes. So you have like just 30 seconds to answer each and every one of them. And to be on um, probability and permutation and combination. So just brace up. Great times ahead, all right? Great times ahead. Maybe you guys are on fire. I want to see your fire physically. I don't want you to only be virtually on fire. Please, your presentation, prepare very hard for it. Now look at this question we have here. A committee of 5 people is to be chosen from a group of. Now you have just 1 minute. You have just 1 minute, all right? 1 minute to solve this. So, a committee of 5 people is to be chosen from a group of 6 men and 4 women. How many committees are possible? How many committees are possible if there are no restrictions? That's the first one. So there are no restrictions, meaning there's no condition. You can choose anybody. So committee of 5 people is to be chosen from a group of 6 men and 4 women. No restriction. So you have 6 men, you have 4 women. Now that means you have a total of 10 people. Now don't forget, pay attention to this. Nobody told you that you must have maybe 3 men, 2 women, or 2 men, 3 women. No, no restriction. So you have 6 men, 4 women. That means you have 10 people in all. So you have 10 people to choose from. Among that 10 people, you want to choose 5 people. That's 10 choosing 5. All right. So if you solve this, obviously you will get a total of 10 people. You have 10 people to choose from, and you just want to pick 5. No restriction. It could be all men, by the way, with this answer. 252 ways is the answer. This committee of 5 people could be all men. It could be 4 women, 1 man. It could be 4 men, 1 woman. So that's the meaning of this. There are no restriction. It could be anything. All right, good. That's question number one. Let's see question number two. Question number two says one particular man, or sorry, one particular woman must be excluded, not included now, excluded from the committee. One particular woman must be excluded from the committee. One particular woman must be excluded from the committee. So there is one woman you must not see. One particular woman must be excluded. So you out of these four women now, you must exclude one of them. So in that case now, that means you don't have the luxury of 10 people anymore to pick from. You are now having the luxury of just 9 people, because one of those women you have said you must not add them to the committee. So we have 6 men still intact and 3 women. So we have a total of 9 people to choose from now. We are still choosing our committee of 5, don't forget. So that will be 9 combination 5. And you'll be getting an answer of 126 there. So 126 ways of choosing this committee. All right. Okay, you guys are getting it. That's good. Now, question number C. One particular person must be chosen on the committee. One particular person must be chosen. One particular person must be chosen. So look at the question now. That means you want to ensure one person is on the committee. So how do you solve that? What's going to be your answer? One particular person must be chosen. Okay, Akone Praise says still 126. Anime Vibe said 126. Adebola said 126. Priest said 126. Victor Taiwo said 126. It looks like a lot of you are leaning towards 126. All right, let's see it together. Let's see if you are correct. One particular person must be chosen. Now, this is 6 men, 4 women. We don't know if it's a man or a woman that must be chosen. But the point here is that when you hear one particular person must be chosen, that means out of these 5 people, one person is already fixed. Now, if one person is already fixed, that means number one, you are no longer looking for 5 people. You are now looking for 4 people. You are looking for 4 people now to choose. You are not looking for the whole of 5 people, because you already have one person already that must be chosen. Now, the other part to this is that you don't know if it's even a man or a woman, but you just know that one particular person has been fixed on the committee. That means from your possible 10 that you used to choose from, you cannot have just 10 now to pick from, because one person has been selected, so you'll be left with 9. So that'll be 9 people choosing 4. That'll be 9 people choosing 4. That'll be 9 because one person is already fixed. You have chosen one person already. Out of these 10 people, one has been fixed. So you're no longer having 10 to choose from, you're having 9. And you're no longer looking for 5 people, you are looking for just 4 people now. That'll be 9 combination 4. If you do this, you'll get your answer to be 126 ways. Alright? Somebody is asking for giveaway. Okay, so let's look at the next question. Question number D. Look at this question. Now you have another condition. There are to be 3 men and 2 women. 3 men and 2 women. Is Tinubu Adefolarin present in this class? Adefolarin, is it present in this class? There are to be 3 men and 2 women. Okay, Adebola 120, Praise 120, Goodness 120, Atom 120, Victor 120, Covenant 120. All right, let's examine this together. So there are to be 3 women and 2 women. 3 men and 2 women. All right. 3 men and 2 women. Let's see how this is going to be. Look at it. This is the condition we are setting now. We want to see 3 men and 2 women. That means you have to pick selectively now. So among these 6 men, you're only looking for 3, not just anyhow anymore. So out of 6, you are choosing 3, and out of 4 women, you are choosing 2. What is this going to give you? What is 6 combination 3? That will be 20 times 6. That gives you a total of 120 ways. All right. Now let's see another question. The second to the last. There are to be men only. There are to be men only. What's your answer to that? There are to be men only. So you're only particular about having men on the committee. So only men on the committee. Only men on the committee. Only men on the committee. Goodness said 6. Adebola said 6. Foxy said 6. Reju said 6. Pri said 6. Precious said 6. Ire said 6. Abiola said 6. Everybody is saying 6. Ademola said 6. What if 6 is not the answer? Okay, Marvelous said 120. Or probably is responding to the previous question. Abdullahi said 6. Precious said 6. Let's try and solve this together. You are told that you only want men on this committee. Of course, I expect the women to scream gender bias. But of course, that's what was needed for this committee. So obviously, we just need men alone. So we are having to pick the whole of the 5 people on the committee from the men's space. Luckily, we have enough men to fill in the spot. Oh, misogyny. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Can you see them? Now, we have enough men to fill the seat. So nothing to worry about. So we're going to have 6. Out of our 6 men, we're going to be choosing just 5. So only 1 man will be left out. The rest will be available to fill the spot. All right. So what is 6 combination 5? That will give you 6 ways. All right. So let's get into the last question. And I'm sure the feminists will like this better. There is to be a majority of women. So we want more women on the team. We want more women on the team, on the committee. So in this case now, we're interested in having more women. I would love to get an answer quickly. Majority of women. What's going to be the answer? Majority of women. Somebody said still 6. Okay. Goodness said still 6. Atom said 6. Okay. Victor said 6. Okay. Foxy said 6. Saint Cord said 6. Precious said 6. All of you are saying 6. What if 6 is not correct? Let me wait for 3 more answers. Okay, Jimmy said 6. Marvelous said 6. Abdullahi said you. Really? Okay. Olashade said 60. Abdullahi said 7. Okay. Now I need to tell all of you that you are all majestically wrong. Give it up for Adeola Adewomi. Adeola Adewomi is the correct answer, 66. Adeola Adewomi, who is that person? Let's celebrate that person. Oh, of course, we're going to have a lot of 66 coming out next. Okay, yeah, we're going to have lots of 66 coming out. I expect every other person writing out, it has to be 66. Okay, this last question is quite, okay, 50. Somebody is begging to differ. Now we have somebody reevaluated to get 24. Okay, let's solve together. They said there must be majority of women. Now the truth is we don't even have enough people to fill in. We have 4 women alone, so we cannot get a situation where we are having women only, because we only have 4 women to pick from. So, and we need 5 people. So in this case now, let's solve and see. These are the 2 possibilities for you to have women as majority. You can have 4 women, everybody, and 1 man. This is a possibility. Also, we can have a situation where we are having 3 women and 2 men. This is the second possibility. These are the 2 possibilities. Try and find out. For you to have majority of women, these are the 2 possibilities. You cannot have any other one. Once you start having 2 women, this is all of the women, 4. The next one is 3. If you do for 2 women and you have 3 men, that would negate the question. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. If you write 2 women and 3 men, that will negate the question. So obviously, these are the only 2 possibilities where you have the majority of women. So what you want to do now is you want to go on now to evaluate for each of them. So if you go on to evaluate for each of them, for the one for 4 women, don't forget we are choosing 4 women from 4 women. So we're having 4 women, we are choosing 4, and 6 men, we are choosing 1. Or look at what I use. Or we can have this situation or this situation. This situation or this situation. You can see this right here. That means we are having 4 from a possible 4 women. We could decide to choose 3, and from a possible 6 men, we are deciding to choose 2. So if you solve these 2 things together, okay, looks like we are out of camera space right there. So if you solve these 2 together, 4 combination 4 will give you a value of 1. That will be 1. 6 combination 1 will give you 6. Plus 4 combination 3 will give you 4. 6 combination 2 will give you 15. This will be 6 plus 60. That's 66 ways. So, this is how you solve questions like this. Are you guys feeling it? So you guys did well in question number 1 to 5, but question number 6, you went you did quite well anyway. So kudos to you guys. At least you got 5 out of 6. That's still quite impressive. Now, I want to see who gets this question. I really want to see who gets this question. So please, I understand you guys are doing a lot here and you're working with, you are answering the questions quickly, but please, when you have questions in your exam hall, please study it carefully so that you don't make any mistake, because in that case you will not have an opportunity to make corrections. So make sure you analyze the question and make sure you are following the context that you are told to solve. Okay, you are out of camera, I can see that. Now look at this question. 16 points lie on a circle. How many cyclic quadrilaterals can be drawn by using this point? 16 points lie on a circle. How many cyclic quadrilaterals can be drawn by using these points? How many cyclic quadrilaterals can be drawn by using these points? Somebody wrote 1820. Somebody wrote 1. Somebody wrote 1365. Somebody wrote 1820. Okay, I'm expecting answers. Let me give you like some seconds to arrive at the right answer. Okay. One 1820. One 1820. Many of you are leaning towards 1820. Okay, let me give you 30 more seconds, or just let me give you 15 seconds. We don't have many answers being dropped this time around. Okay, someone is talking about 16. Okay. If you believe you can have 16 points, drop your favorite emoji. You know you can have 16 points in this program. Three, four, five, six. Okay, lots of believers in the house. That's nice. That's nice. Very interesting. Okay, so it looks like we didn't have an answer yet. Can you imagine? It's good I exposed you guys to many of all these questions because can you imagine after learning uh, this topic for several hours, and imagine this was the only question that was administered to you. So what's going to happen? Now it's a very simple question. I told you already. The major thing here, after knowing the basics, is for you to expose yourself to lots of questions so that you will be able to always uh, tackle any kind of questions. No longer, it's never going to be about you not understanding the basics. It's about you understanding the question now. So they say 16 points lies on a circle. How many cyclic quadrilateral? The first question is, what's a cyclic quadrilateral? Guys, what's a cyclic quadrilateral? If you don't know that, you can't answer this question. A cyclic quadrilateral is obviously Abdullah. Please, can we give it up for Abdullah? Abdullah is the only person I've seen with a correct answer. Abdullah seems to have gotten the answer. So a cyclic quadrilateral is that shape with four. It's a four-sided shape, quadrilateral. But the meaning of cyclic quadrilateral is that it lies on a circle. So something like this, for instance. This is a possible cyclic quadrilateral. So we can have several of them. Now look at what is going on here. We have a circle. We have 16 points on this circle. This is 4 points. This is 8 points. So let's say we had coming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I think this is about 16 points, right? Now, this is about 16 points. So the meaning of this is that they're saying 16 points lies on a circle. How many cyclic quadrilateral can be drawn by using these points? Can you see now? Are you seeing how very simple this is? More like these are different. If I bring these two together and stay here, this is a cyclic quadrilateral. I can have many. Look at, I can have this one and this one. You have many. You have many that is possible. I can't draw all the possible ones. These are all cyclic quadrilateral. I can have something like this. Several, and several and several. So of course you don't have to go on drawing every one of them outside. You see, remember when I told you that you will see some questions that if you are not very versatile in this topic, you will not know the approach to it was using the theory of permutation and combination. So when you see this question now, obviously you are picking out of those 16 points. For you to draw one cyclic quadrilateral, you are picking 4 out of them. So it's a very simple thing. You have 16 points. You are combining 4. You are selecting 4 of them to make the cyclic quadrilateral. That will be 16 combining, selecting 4. Does it make sense to you guys? So this will give you a total of 7,280 quadrilaterals that are possible. You can see how many is actually possible. Quite very many. All right. Now, do you guys understand what really happened there? Is anybody having an issue? Can you hear your point or opinion quickly so that sorry, are you saying 16 combination 4 is not 7, 8? Okay, probably that was what did you say the answer was? Okay, I don't have a calculator here, sorry. It looks like you guys are okay. So 16 combination 4. Wait, what's not correct? The answer of 16 combination 4 is not correct. Okay, it's actually 1820. Wow. I don't have a calculator here, sorry. Okay, it looks like you guys are saying I don't have a calculator here, so probably that was 1820. That's good to know. That's good to know. Thank you. That means many of you got it then. I was thinking this was the answer. Okay, 16 combination 4 is 1820. Okay, that's good. So that means many of you got it even before the person I mentioned. All right. No, we're not meant to divide it by the number of quadrilateral forms because we're not doing anything that asks us to divide it. It's more like you select. Let me use an analogy to give you a better understanding. Imagine I said 16 players exist. All right, 16 players exist. How many team of 4 can be drawn using those players? 16 players exist. Let's say these are all the players here. These are all the players, 16 of them. And I'll say how many team containing 4 people can be formed using those 16 players. That's obviously 16 players. You are choosing 4 out of them. All right. So it's a very basic question. It's just like, the question I asked you when I said you have, is it something around, let me try and recollect the question. You gave me the answer as 10, if you recollect, where I said, in how many ways can 2 students be selected from a group of 5 students? Of course, you went on to just say 5 choosing 2, 5 combination 2. It's the same thing here. The only difference here is that they used word problem to confuse you. 16 points lies on a circle. Of course, each line on a circle just means there are 16 points. You now want to use that 16 points, 4 out of them, to form what you call a cyclic quadrilateral. So that's the way you solve it. Does it make sense? Good. There's a question I don't want to throw yet. If I throw that question, I'm afraid some of you may. I don't. I'm always very careful of. I always love to. I always love to be mindful of the way I administer questions because of perfect understanding. There's this question I want to ask you here. No, okay. You know what? I'm going to. I have about 3 more questions, and these 3 questions, they are not. They are simple, but they are not very. Somebody said I should fling it. You are so confident. I feel like giving you a quiz or a test right away. Okay, so look at this question. I'm going to see, watch out for who is going to get this. And you guys should ensure you don't use anything like ChatGPT or something. When you use that, of course, you reduce your credibility goes very low. Use your hand to solve this question. Let me see how you do. There are 5 books and 4 bags. This is the kind of question I would really love to set for you in an exam because it's very interesting. In how many ways can 4 books and 2 bags be arranged on a shelf? This is the question. Let me see how you fare with this. There are 5 books, 4 bags. In how many ways can 4 books and 2 bags be arranged on a shelf? Adibola said 1440. Okay.